Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Explosive Riffs by SennyK. This continues our Cipher theme week. Let's go over the rules. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. That means in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we're placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Down here, this is just for you to keep notes, because Sudoku Pad doesn't have like a good notes feature otherwise. So this isn't part of the puzzle, but feel free to fill it. All right. We also have these clues outside the grid. They are ciphered, but they are X-sum clues. And once you decipher what the letters represent, then that allows you to then do X-sums. And so if there's multiple letters, then that means it's a 2-digit number. And the dots here tell us that we aren't given, it encodes any digit. It's basically we're not given what the tens place is, but clues can't have a leading zero. So it's not going to be a single digit with the dot being zero. These are going to be double digit. All right. And so how does next sum clue work? Well, let's just pretend T was 7. If T was 7, then that means that whatever this digit is, say it was a 2, then that digit in code, actually 7's a really bad example. Let's do 8. So if T was 8, then whatever this digit is, that's the number of cells used in the sum starting from here. So in this case, we'd use 2, including itself, and then that would have to sum to 8. So we could do 2, 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8. Or if there was a 3 here and we need to sum to 8, we'd use all 3 of these to sum to 8. So we do something like maybe 3, 1, 4. And so then these 3 sum to 8. So it always includes itself, but it also encodes the number of cells used in the sum. And finally, we have the cipher using ACDHNT. And let's just put ACDC on the top there. So each represents a digit 0 to 9. Different letters encode different digits. So H must be a different digit than T, although dot can be anything. And all instances of the same letter represent the same digit. So this T is the same digit as that T. All right. And clues can't have leading zeros. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. How do we want to get started? Well, we've got a 2-digit number here and a 2-digit number here. So I can tell you that one of these has to be 21. So if I were to put a 6 here, it means we're using the entire column. That's going to be 21. If I put a 5 here, I suppose it could be 20. All right. But we can't exceed 21. That's my point, is that with the 6 here, that's the absolute maximum X-sum clue, and that would sum to 21. With the 5 here, I could just sum to 20. If I put the 1 at the end here, we're summing everything except for the 1, which is going to be 20. So that means that C is definitely 0 or 1, because it's involved in both of these as the ones digit. So it's going to be either 20 or 21, and then the other one's going to be 10 or 11. And so A is 1 or 2, and D is 1 or 2. And that tells us that that 1 is taken by either A or D. So C, you can see this kind of acts as a row, right? We can't repeat digits in this row, although we can use 0 through 9. And so that actually does make C a 0. So this is going to be, one of these will be 20, and one of them will be 10. The 20 is going to put a 1 in one of these two, so that the 5 can hide it. That's the only way we're getting to 20. The 21 is going to use the entire column. But this is a 5-6 pair then. All right, so this T here, this is certainly not a 6, because then the T clue would be 21. But if it was a 5, that seems... Oh, no, sorry, it's not a 5-6 pair. One of these is 5-6. I can tell you it's not this one. Okay, that's the important bit. Because 5 is going to sum to at least 15. We can hide the 6 away, but the rest is still going to be 1 through 5, which is 15. But this is a single-digit number, 0 through 9. And so the 5, 6 goes here. Oh, sorry, it's actually a 6. I don't know. Forgot. We know it's 20. Sorry, we know it's 20, so it's a 5. Okay, I'm getting it. And so this fulfills that D is our 2 and A is our 1. Okay, so now this is a 10 clue going this way, and we don't know what T is. But a 10 clue we can't do in 2, because 2 would need an 8 with it. The grid only gets 1 through 6. 10 could be 4 if we make this a 1, 2, 3 triple, because that would add to 10. So this is 3 or 4. Huh. So T is pretty big. It's at least 8. So T is 8 or 9. So we're not going to be able to do 4 here, because 4 is going to be 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2 minimum, which is way bigger than 9. And so this has to be a 3. This already adds to 8, so this has to be a 1. That makes T a 9. Now we're doing 9 and 3 this way as well. What's this triple? 2, 4, 6. So we're not going to do 3, 6, because that would already add to 9. If we do 3, 2, that's 5. We would need 4 more. In fact, this is just going to be a 2, 4 pair, because 3, 4 would be 7. We need 2 more. Okay. So this is 19. It certainly can't be 29. So we're not going to do the 2 for 19. We're going to do the 4 for 19. And these 3 then need to add to 15. One way to do that is 4, 5, 6. It says clues can't have a leading 0, so we know T is 9, but these would then have to be 15. 4, 5, 6 is the only way. We're not doing that. So something's wrong. What did I do wrong? Maybe I need to think about this again. Oh, because it doesn't add to 9. It adds to AC. Okay. Whoops. What's AC? AC is 10, right? It adds to 10, not 9. Okay. So we could do 3, 6. We could do 3, 6, 1. We could do 3, 2, 5, or we could do 3, 4. It would have to be 3, 4, 3, which doesn't work, so it's not a 4. Okay, back on track. Well, this certainly isn't a 1. You can't use 1 digit to add to a 2-digit number. So that's 5. And so we know T is 9. So this needs to add to 19. So the 5 is just going to not include the 2. And now H is something we can add to in 2 digits, but not... Okay, so it's going to be either a 3 or a 4. Can't be 5. No, it can be 5, sorry. We could do 2, 3 to add to 5. Oh, we can't add to 4. 2, 2 would add to 4. That repeats the 2. 2, 3. 2, 4 would add to 6. Can't do 2, 5. 2, 6 would add to 8. So 3, 5, 6, 8. All right. This is also 19. Can 19 be done in 4? No, we already showed that 19 can't be done in 4, because 4 would require this to be 15. So 19 is done in 5. That's 5 and 2. And then this is just going to be... I mean, the dots are just 1s, right? Because we can't do... We know that H and T are not 0 or 1. So, in fact, this is just a pair here. This is a 4, 6 pair. So this is definitely not the 6. That's 4, that's 6. This doesn't add to 21. So in 4, could we get to 18? I'm not sure. What's the biggest these could add to? We could do a 6, a 5, and a 3. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6 is our biggest, which is going to be... it's going to be 18. So that is possible. The smallest we could add to... Oh, but none of these can be 2. 2's down here. So the smallest these could add to is 1, 3, 5. Because we have to skip the 2. 3, 4, 5 adds to 12. Plus the 1 is 13. So we have the full 13 to 18 range. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, this is 1, 3, 5. It's not 5. So we don't know what H is. What about N? Okay, so N is here. N is definitely not 21. This is a 2. In fact, because this was 5, we already knew that. Whoops. All right. So N is either going to be 6 or 8, depending on what this ends up being. Okay. What about this triple here? Well, the 1 ends up here. And then this is a 4, 6 pair. This triple is 2, 3, 5. It's not a 5. That's not a 5. So the 5's placed. Maybe there's just Sudoku to do here. Because the only thing I've got is this H that I don't know what it is, and then this dot H that I don't know what it is. So Maybe Sudoku will save us. Let's see. Fives, ones. This is 2, 3, 4, 6. That really doesn't help me. I mean, these aren't 2, so the 2's down here. These are 3, 4, 6. Right, we need to get to 19 here. Yeah, we already did with the 2. Okay. So the rest doesn't matter. Okay. What else? Fives and one of these two. I really think there's going to be a sandwich deduction that I haven't thought about. At least haven't thought about enough. How about this T here? T is 9, so this is not 1, it's not 5. This is a 3, this is a 1, this is a 5. That places the 5 here. Yeah, 3, 1, 5 does get us 9. This is a 1, 4 pair, so that's 1, that's 4. Okay, that's 6, that's 4. This is a 2 or a 3. This is a 2, 3, 6. All right, that's not 2. 3, 4, 6. Oh, so then this one's the other digit. This is 1. This is 3, 4, 6, not a 4. So now we know that H is either, it can't be 3. It's either 5, 6, or 8. Oh, but what about this? We've already got 10. This is 10. So this says H. So because this is 10, that gets rid of the dot. So really this is just equal to H, which would be 3 or 6. But we know H can't be 3 anymore. So that makes H have to be a 6, which makes that have to be a 4. And that makes N an 8, which means this is 6 and that's 4. All right, that's 3 and 6. That's 2 and 3. That's a 2. Places the 2 here. And this is a 4. And I'm sure that this dot T, no? What resolves this 3, 6 here? The dot H does. Right, H ended up 6. So that's 6, that's 3, that's 6, that's 3. All right. Cool puzzle, Senny. It took me a bit to kind of grasp how to approach this, but yeah, that was neat. Well, how'd you do?